We're back. Sexy you-know-who here. It's been a long time since that last little video. Gosh, we've had a full week or so in between. Got a bunch of stuff done. Dad came up and once again, with his tremendous skill in wiring, we got so many things done. Look at that box. Look how pretty. Let's pretend we don't see this little pigtail here. Look at that box. It's oh so pretty. Lots of things that we accomplished. The metal has been ordered. All $4,300 worth for the roof. Couldn't put it on a day like today, but I figure if I get a little bit, you know, as long as I stack them one after another, if I get a non-windy day and I only get 8 sheets up, not a big loss. We can get them up there. Danny went and look how beautiful it is out there today. Utterly beautiful. Danny went to the father-in-law, and I got a truck bed full of his random electrical bits and fittings and whatnot. So that's 3 lifetimes here. I got my grandpa's. I got part of both of my grandpa's. And I got my father's, and now I got my father-in-law's. But like all of the piles of random bits, there's a bunch of stuff that's usable, and a bunch of stuff, if I'd have known, I would have returned it. So, you know, I got some LB bends and conduit connections and a lot of plumbing fittings, and so I guess the first order of today will be giving that stuff a good sort. Insulation is almost here. I don't know if I mentioned I ordered all of my insulation, some $5,000 worth. The R15 is on a 1-month back order. It's all they said was it was really good I bought it when I did, because of the price, and that we should all buy stock in some sort of home equipment company. But yeah, the R15 won't be here until first part of May. But the R30 is supposedly on its way. 78 bags palletized. I'm hoping not on a semi, but on a flatbed, because if I see a guy pull up here with a pup trailer, we're all going to have a bad day. And what's good is because the entire ceiling gets 1 run of R30. And then this vaulted ceiling will get a second, so it'll be R60 in here, where the primary heat of the wood stove is going to congregate. And then it'll be R45 in the rest of it. So I can get R30 on all of it, R60 in here, and then I'll just have to make up that bit over there. My only fear is, can I keep it up there? Right? Because you know us and wind, and right now the wind comes in my eaves and goes out my tails. You know, this rock wool stuff, it sticks much tighter than fiberglass does. So I know it'll stay in the ceiling, but in my head I just envision this wind gust and then boom. You ever play Minecraft with the kids in the sand? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. But whatever, we'll find out. And if it looks like that's going to be a reality, then we'll come up with a real solution. But I'm going to go ahead and get that truck unloaded. I'll showcase the goodies once I get them out here, and then I don't know. Keep our fingers crossed that insulation shows up today, because if it shows up today, I can do a lot, man. First and foremost, I can remove all the wood stoves out of here, because I won't need that giant smoky SOB over there just to try to drop enough heat in here to live, because I'll keep it. It'll be up there. Yay! Okay, you ready to see the haul? I got me a Lowe's bucket of the fiberglass high heat, but they're the small light boxes, right? The older ones. These would have worked perfect for all of my smoke detectors. Oh well, they're up now. This is a box, quite a bit newer stuff. Look at them fancy old light boxes. Grounds and everything. These are the 18 cubic inch, right? Yeah, these are a little newer stuff. We got some older stuff marked in there. The 18 cubic inch are technically not big enough under electrical code for, I think, more than a wire coming in and a wire coming out. I got these. This is a screw-on one. I wouldn't have had anything to work with that. We got this one. That one we could have used. That's my stuff. Wire nuts and the big outside switch. And lunch. Little chicken strippage. Nice thing about Montana and March, you don't have to refrigerate. Okay, so let's look at the haul of plumbing stuff. It looks to me like it was somebody's dust collection system. Look how many Ys I got. I mean, my goodness. It's all 3-inch. That's fine for interior, I think. This one was used as, I don't know, like a chop saw dust collection. And we've got those two covered with paint. I really just think this was maybe the beginnings of somebody's home ventilation kind of system. I'll have to put the wife and kid on a wet rag and wipe out the insides of all of them. We have 3 90s. Of course, you really can't use that, you know, for waste effluent, but I bet it worked just fine for vent. And I'm sure everybody prefer a bigger sweep 90 than that one. That's not 3, is it? Yeah, it's 3. But again, it might work for vent. I got 2 45s down there. These were in the box. Polylock orifice diffuser. Ha. It's got a little fan inside. I haven't Googled it, but I got no idea what that means. And as far as the electrical stuff that I stacked down here, most of it's just, you know, the regular age-old junk. Used light switches and outlet covers and stuff. Not something we'd put in the house, but, you know, definitely something that'd be good enough for basements or garages. A bunch of ceramic. I have all the ceramic light fixture bases I could ever want going forward now. I got a snippet of wire. I got a piece of burial, and I got a piece of, you know, a 10-3. I think a little 10-3 in there, and a little 12-2 with ground. Both those from Anaconda Copper Company. So you know it's got some age to it when it's from ACC. That hasn't existed in a long time. And then maybe a quarter box. A quarter box of 12-2. All eminently useful stuff. Great treasures, great treasures. Actually, if I'm honest, it's got a higher treasure to trash ratio than I'm used to or deserve. But nonetheless, great treasures. I should have went and picked them up earlier. Sorry, Dale. You were right. Anyways, still haven't heard from my company. I do know that my phone rings when I'm in the cellar. So we ran out of wire staples. Yeah, they're not out there. We ran out of wire staples last time we were working, so I'm gonna grab me a couple of boxes of wire staples, get down there on my hands and knees on all sharp pointy rocks, a job I love, and we're gonna go make it look beautiful. Or at least not droopy. Huh. Oh, it knows it's looking at me, so it's mirrored the image. So it looks like I'm looking in a mirror. Will it flip back if I just go like this? Look at that, it does. At least it does on the little mini picture me thing over here. Alright, so I have crawled about the dwelling and stapled all the wires that need stapled, and plus probably a bunch more, but we got that done. I picked up this last accidentally missed outlet box right here. That right there is on my Anaconda copper. I know it's weird. The wire is considerably thicker. I'm just insulation wise, but it is way more flexible than this stuff here. I don't know why I found that fascinating, but I found it fascinating. But yeah, I got a little bit of underground Anaconda Copper Company wire in the house. Oh, makes me tickle. I got this white light right here wired. Found an easy way to get it up to that box up there, so that's taken care of. Everything's been pulled out of the walls and spun, and oh, maybe I got a few over there that need stapling, but yeah, I think that part is done. Oh, we are either 45 minutes past when the insulation company said they'd be here, or 45 minutes past when they said they'd leave Missoula, and I'm not exactly sure which one that is. Nobody's called yet. I think my next step is going to go up on the roof, and at Dad's recommendation, I need to do the 3, 4, 5, or 12, 16, 20, whatever, some large number up there, and just figure out how square we are. We're going to start at those back corners so that the wind is trying to lay my sheets flat rather than curl my sheets up, because it'd be a crying shame to put them on backwards on, say, another house somewhere else owned by an idiot. But excuse me. Want to go out and pre-mark it. I suspect I'll end up doing a bunch of the sheets kind of by myself. Like for right now, it's cold and calm and still, and I could absolutely be putting sheets on with the wind. So I'm hoping to get maybe the entire roof marked out. Just some reference points, some reference lines in that I can, very quickly slap them down. I know you normally go all of the bottoms and all of the tops. I'll end up going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 because I won't get it all done in one day. I think that'll make sense to you, because if it rains, I can't have the bottom done. I mean, the water will go out from underneath of it, but there'll be a lot trapped between the metal and that plywood for a very, very long time. That seems like not the best idea. Oh, that might be them. I'll talk to you later. Look at that view. I mean, ignore that brown thing there, but it's why we're doing it. It's why we're doing it. Yeah, that wasn't them. That was for my vaccination time. Poop. Alright, well, I think I'll move everything up onto the roof, and hopefully once I've got, that tape stretched out and everything is just perfectly so, then I'll get their call. But if I get that, like I said, if I get that metal reference marks, then, because I don't know if you've put down metal before. I put down a bunch of metal, but I've never, except for that one time, I've never really been in charge of putting it down. I've been a flunky. So it was somebody else's problem to keep them straight, but I know how they, right? And then they overlap more on one or less on another, or they creep down here or they slide up there. So just try to get up in there and get it figured out. I have a series of marks all the way across that are hopefully straight and square with the roof line. Then I can just drag the bottom over, pin it, adjust that top, or vice versa, pin it, and we're good to go. I ended up going with the Delta rib stuff. The roof is going to be stone white, and all the trim is the dark charcoal gray. I thought about a pure white roof, but I don't know, it just felt too much like a wall. So it's a light beige. That said, the only place you can see my roof is it's down at the river or on top of the mountain, so, or plains. Nobody else will have to look at it. And I was hoping as much reflected back, so in the summer I have a minimum amount of expanding and contracting. I'm not really worried about heat. This place is going to have the crap insulated out of it, so I'm more worried about expanding and contracting and tearing those screws out. So I figured if it was the lightest color I could get, that would work really well. I don't know. Remember, this ain't what I do for a living, so don't necessarily follow me.